The community group here started with a local resident that was pulling out lantana in his backyard in the Littoral Rainforest. So that's how it all kicked off 20 years ago.
As a group, we do quite a lot of work both in the littoral rainforest areas and other parts of bush around Soldiers Point. Most of it is looking after the existing habitats, existing plants, and primarily removing weeds wherever we can find them, and there are plenty of them to remove. Apart from weed clearing and things of that nature, we also remove a lot of litter, including garden clippings and things like that, which go mad, to go wild in the bush area as a rule, and just generally try to maintain the status quo.
We're in Green Play Point, which is at Soldiers Point. It's a littoral rainforest patch. So littoral rainforest means proximity to the sea or ocean. So we're only metres away here from the tidal reaches of Port Stephens. Rainforest means basically it's not a eucalypt forest or something like that in Australia, which predominates our vegetation types. The importance of conserving these patches of littoral rainforest is because they're so segmented and fragmented due to development pressures that to get the dispersal mechanisms you need a certain distance between patches, and that's why we're concentrating on these to repair them and repair the species integrity within.
There's a fairly widespread attitude amongst a large part of the population that the bush areas are spare land. They're just wasteland and they don't really care what happens to them. Whereas, of course, the opposite is quite the important part. Bush areas are important for the environmental health of animals and the plants and us, ultimately. And so they need to be treated with due respect. And you don't dump rubbish in the bush, and you don't dump in plants or cuttings which might suddenly start growing in an invasive way into the bush. And these are messages which well, you can say it every day and it still only gets through to a few people, but that's the important message, that bushland should be looked after.
Today some residents and Landcare group members have been at Soldiers Point looking at littoral rainforest areas around Green Play Point with a view to removing weeds and just keeping the bush as natural as we can and just letting the natural bush thrive. That's our plan.
One of the things I noticed working with these guys is over the years is they have problems distinguishing between things that are alike. And I picked up over 20 years some ideas and tricks and things like that. And so today I was going to run through them some of those things that I've picked up in the last 20 years of pulling out weeds in the bush. So, and it's not thing that you can learn out of a textbook. It's stuff that you've actually got to learn in the field, and it's texture, feel, touch, taste, that sort of thing. And there's a lot of things, once a plant is like flowering or something, it might give a smell that's distinct or something like that. So that's what today was about, was actually introducing them to the weeds that are in their backyards and how to deal with them and how to treat them. So today we're going to run through some weed identification, and first, cap off the rank, we have a nice twining vine which is called Black-Eyed Susan. Can anyone tell me why they think it's called Black-Eyed Susan? So it is in the Thumbergia family, and it will form a very dense woody cane.
Yeah, on our walk today we've seen one koala at least, and there's others we wouldn't have seen. There's also possums, there's kookaburras and kingfishers breed in our area. There's a lot of bird breeding, but so some people just see this as a few trees, but it's far more than that. It's a little natural world, and it's within very close proximity of our suburb, Soldiers Point.
That's what I admire about the community group. They're dedicating their spare time to this endeavour, looking after their patch and their backyard, and it's the environment that they're looking after. So the area we're standing in now, we had a motorbike track through here. By protecting this patch of vegetation, you're protecting the animals that are within it, you're protecting future generations. So there's going to be an intergenerational equity by what their achievements that they're doing today. So that's why I'm here, and that's why I don't mind going to work to support these guys doing this role.